feel your pain.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Almost Interesting. I am Sean, and the first thing I want to say is this is not going to be a government rant vlog or a political vlog or anything like that. Now there may come a time that I decide to do a political rant, but if I do, I promise you that I'm going to put a warning at the beginning of it so that you have the option not to watch. Talking about politics isn't for everybody. You could find that incredibly boring. In fact, most of the time I do as well. So I'm not going to do that often. No, today's topic is going to be definitely more interesting than that, because today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit paranormal. And since I'm a nerd, why don't I go ahead and relate it to Star Trek. On The Next Generation, there's a character, Counselor Deanna Troi, who is an empath because she is from the planet Betazed. Now, she's actually half human, as full Betazoids are completely telepathic. But since she's half human, she is only empathic, and that means that she can sense the emotions of those around her. What they're feeling, not what they're thinking. Now, this is a case where fiction pulls from reality, because, I'm actually having trouble with the terminology here, because there is a word empathy, but at this point it's really come to be a synonym for sympathy, and that's not what I'm talking about. That kind of empathy is more just being able to relate to what someone is feeling, like in that clip with President Clinton where he goes, "I feel your pain." That, other than that being probably the worst Bill Clinton impression ever, I'm not talking about that kind of sympathetic empathy. I am talking about literally being able to feel the emotions of those around you. So empathy is not the word I'm looking for, but empathicness, which would be the state of being empathic, doesn't sound like it's right grammatically. But I can't really think of anything else, so that's what I'm going to go with for now. If you do know what the proper term that I'm trying to say is, go ahead and leave me a comment with that, and I would appreciate it. So anyway, as I was saying, Counselor Troi's abilities are something that fiction pulled from the real world, because empathicness is a real thing. And folks, I do rather strongly believe that I am an empath. This is something that my most recent ex-girlfriend keyed me into while we were together, although I do remember a couple of experiences before that where I was able to pick up on some feelings. However, my strongest experience does come after she started teaching me about it, and this is when I was working at Disney World. I found out that a fellow cast member's grandfather had passed away. He spent a day away from work for the funeral, and then he came back to work the next day. So intellectually, I knew that he was very sad, but since she was teaching me about that ability, empathicness, that still doesn't sound like the right word though, I decided to give that a try with someone who I knew was experiencing strong emotions. So the next time he walked into the same room as I was in, it's kind of hard to describe. It's like I opened my senses to him. I opened the mental door, so to speak, and I felt a wave of sadness that almost literally knocked me down on the ground. I literally felt his sadness just hit me like I was feeling it myself. So, that's experience is the best indicator of whether something or not is real, and this is something that I've experienced. And now, since then, another thing that I've noticed is the ability to look at photographs. Like, I'll look at some pictures on Facebook, and mainly by looking into a person's eyes, I'm able to tell whether they're happy, whether they're really happy or they're just like putting on a smile and covering something up, their mental state, whether they're worried about something. These are all things that I have managed to pick up on. I'm not really sure why I would have an ability like this. I feel like I'm supposed to be a journalist, a sports journalist, not somebody like a doctor or a psychiatrist or a therapist or somebody where this would be a really useful ability to have in their career. I do suppose as a sports journalist, suppose I'm covering a big game, like a playoff game or the Super Bowl or something, and the team loses a close game, and I can just sense one of the players is really emotional about it, and that can like lead me to ask a question that leads to a really good soundbite. But other than those instances, I'm not really sure that it helps me too much in the sports journalism world, being an empath. But I guess we all have certain abilities, certain things that we can do that we're not sure why we can. So now I'm going to open the floor to all of you. I believe this is one of the first times that I've actually directly asked you guys a question, and I would love to hear the answers to this question. The question is, are any of you empathic? Or do you have any other gifts or abilities that you would consider supernatural? If so, I would love for you to tell me about it by just leaving a comment down below. You can also leave a comment if you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, anything of that nature. Also, as always, I'd very much appreciate it if you would go ahead and click the like button down to your lower left down here. And if you would like to know when I post another video, go ahead and click the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel, Sean Fowler. Oh, which by the way, that reminds me, this vlog actually completes my first 3 vlog cycle on our new schedule. So you can go ahead and click here to watch the first Miami Sports Network video podcast, and you can click here to watch the first episode of Almost Gaming. Neither of them were on schedule, unfortunately. Actually, I think the Miami Sports Network might have been. We'll answer right below my hands here. Was the first Miami Sports Network video podcast on schedule? Okay, so there's the answer. But you can go ahead and click either of these to watch these first editions. And this, Almost Interesting right now, completes the 3 vlog cycle. As far as their schedules, the Miami Sports Network podcast is going to be on Saturdays. You can go ahead and tune in on Saturday to see that one. Almost Gaming and Almost Interesting I don't think are going to be on as strict a schedule, just because they're not as tied down to any particular news cycle, where the Miami Sports Network is kind of locked in. And it's good for that to be at the end of the week and kind of summarize the week in sports. So that's what's going to happen. Miami Sports Network video podcast every Saturday. Almost Gaming and Almost Interesting kind of when they're done, although I'm aiming to do those once a week. So that is going to do it for today. Go ahead and wrap this up here. If you guys have any suggestions for future vlog topics, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'd love to get some of your suggestions. Let me know if you want me to do more topic-based vlogs like this, or if you would like Almost Interesting just to be more about the things I do, during the day. Not that I do very much, mind you, but if you'd like it to be less topic specific and more just talking about what's on my mind, let me know that too. And until the next Almost Interesting, thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day.